Hello, everyone, and welcome to our October Jan podcast. We are your host, Ella.
Spore.
Shit Ninja.
Goblin Rat, formerly known as Jaggers.
Nyaka, the most hyperactive person here.
Ray.
See? Hannah. I almost forgot my name for a minute.
Your name is Hannah?
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Great start, guys.
Yeah, I think we're good.
To go.
Okay, so for this month, we're going to discuss pretty much all things Halloween related to our community. We're going to dive into some anime favorites during the month of October and discuss with our hosts some traditions they used to do as kids, maybe now as adults during Halloween. So let's get started. So for the first question, I'm going to go first. Halloween and anime. What are your favorite episodes which have a Halloween theme? It can take place during October or just have like a spooky theme in general. Like some shows like Soul Eater, of course, have like that Halloween type theme, but don't necessarily take place at Halloween. So yeah, actually my favorite is the Cowboy Bebop movie. I'm like pretty obsessed with Bebop. So when I first watched Knocking on Heaven's Door and saw that it took place like right around Halloween, I was kind of hooked like immediately with that. And just you kind of get your like standard little like tropes in anime in regards to Halloween. You get your trick-or-treaters, you get like some level of I'm lacking the fucking term right now. Just
Normalcy?
shit.
I
I agree with that.
It's a great movie to watch during October. Definitely. Do you want to do yours?
Can't think of it.
No, we'll go down the list then. Shed?
Okay, my favorite one. Let's see. I guess I would have to go with Ghost Stories.
Is that really bad Japanese anime from like the 70s or 80s or 90s?
Yeah, but
No, it's a really bad Japanese anime from 2000. But close.
But the dub is amazing.
Yeah, the dub is
The dub
amazing.
is fucking awesome,
Oh,
but
is that the dub where they literally just gave the studio money and told them to fucking do something?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
It
Yeah,
gave
that's
them
it.
conditions, like you had to keep the names and you had to
keep
like,
the storyline
the
there, and that's
yeah.
where the horror
storyline
part
behind,
is.
But that's it.
Their exercise and all that, yeah.
So that's the one oh my god, I know which one it is. It's everybody just talking shit.
And the anime did not age well. I'll put that in there because there is a lot of jokes in regards to like George Bush and stuff like that.
That's the
Yeah.
So
It's-
like, as the years go by, people are gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah, the Hillary
That's
Clinton
right.
jokes did not
Yeah, we're
age
gonna have-
well.
No, for those jokes, yeah.
We're gonna
that-
have we're gonna have the 16 below crowd just like, who the fuck is George Bush?
Yeah.
I've only just now heard this, and I'm already like,
That girl there, that just keeps making jokes about her religion.
Comment down who your favorite president is.
Is it my turn? I don't know yet. Nothing.
Actually, since I think Maxie said she was gonna have to leave early, is that
No, Ray.
Ray?
Yeah,
Who's gonna leave early?
Ray, and I think Maxie.
yeah, it's around 4:30, 4:45 at least.
Let's do Maxie and then Ray, and then we'll just go back to Josh.
Hey, doxing me, bro.
Oops. Sorry for the name tagging.
Jaggers or Goblin Rat, man.
Oops.
My thing is between the Persona 3 movie I just recently saw and, to sound as corny as possible, what you said, Soul Eater. It's between those two for me.
Respect.
The Persona 3 has got like all this like really cool suspense kind of stuff, and it's just got all that crazy in it, you know?
I like the crazy.
Who doesn't like crazy?
Who does? Yeah.
And then yeah, Soul Eater is like one of your standard go-tos for October, in my opinion. It just has all of those necessary elements if you want to watch something Halloweenish. Ray?
Honestly, like I don't really see a whole lot of anime in terms of that even mention Halloween. I could probably count on one hand the number of anime I've watched that have mentioned the word Halloween in it, and there's not really any special Halloween episode I've seen. But does horror anime in general count or not?
That's what I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, we were actually going to do a whole little separate thing on horror too, but I mean, I guess we could just kind of combine it since it would kind of be a repeat to just, single out a horror.
Well, never mind. I mean, you don't need to combine it. I'll just say I don't really have a favorite. There's not really any shows that I've seen that have actually mentioned Halloween. Maybe I'm just not seeing any of them. I don't know.
Most animes don't actually really reference Halloween or even Halloween.
No.
It's more popularized in Western culture than it is over in these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's mostly American holiday, I believe so, isn't it? Something like Anglo-Saxon or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, something.
Well,
like that.
Yeah.
for the most part, it's not like specific anime that's like the entire show would be dedicated to Halloween per se. It would kind of be like, K-On! They dress up at one point, don't they?
There's very, very
Yeah.
few.
Yeah, and then like Live, they kind of dress up a little bit, like Hetalia Access Powers, just stuff like that.
So here's some of the top 9 spooky Halloween episodes is Arimo, episode 6. Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door. Soul Eater Not, episode 9.
Oh yeah!
Italia, The Beautiful World, episode 12. One Piece Thriller Back Art, episode 337 to 381. Orin
If
High
you want to
School
go all the way to One Piece.
yeah,
Right.
Orin High School Host Club, episode 21. I do remember seeing that one. I just can't remember it at the top of my
I
head.
remember
Yeah, well,
that.
I haven't watched that series in God knows how long, like maybe a decade.
Are you
Um,
talking about the
that's
Alice
comfort
in
anime there.
Neverland?
Don't they dress up in Toradora too?
I don't know. Them on the Blood the Last
Yeah.
Vampire, the Melancholy Name,
Yeah.
Harua Chan, episode 13, and Bleach, episode 3 or 4. Those are some top 9 ones.
Oh,
Bleach
no,
is
I heard of
Yeah.
the Bleach. Yeah.
And again, not like Bleach. It doesn't necessarily reference Halloween directly. They like dress up, and there's that. I think he has like a demon or something for a little bit. Or
The only thing I genuinely remember about Bleach is Bleachigo's sword being a Nazi katana.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the Bleach episode, it says Rukia dresses as a tiny succubus, drags Ichigo into a castle. There he finds his friends all in Halloween costumes. What follows is a strange mixture of action, comedy,
yeah,
and
it's like a
witness.
mummy or some shit. Yeah,
I don't really remember that episode.
Bleach was so long ago. It feels like a fever dream almost.
I feel my answer is gonna
You
be
know
like.
what?
I feel like my answer is going to be like this complete left field, unexpected answer because nobody's going to even consider this.
Who,
which
me?
Thing.
It's Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions. It's a great show, but it's not necessarily referencing Halloween or Halloween-esque at all. It's about children growing up and still holding on to their childhood and immaturity, but in that they all dress up and act like they're superheroes. It's overall a great show. It's just something to watch if you want to like enjoy something silly. But in terms of horror, I'd say Parasite the Maxim.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
We just
The
watched it.
show is
Ooh.
incredible.
Another one I just saw that when I was researching is Devilman Crybaby. That one was
Fucking-
popular.
Oh, that one fucked me up.
And
I
Halloween.
cannot get on that one.
Yeah.
But Parasite
Apparently,
the
I need to
Maxim-
watch more.
Parasite the Maxim overall was just an incredible show simply because of a few things. One of the
Yeah.
big ones was the modernization work,
Yeah.
and then the second one was panel for panel. Almost every scene was similar to the manga. They did an incredible job adapting it, and it didn't lose anything for just being so true to the manga, which is great. I love Parasite. For another choice, I'd actually pick Mononoke only because it's a weird paper mache style, and instead of going for horror
Yeah.
or psychological.
We watched that with the Anime Cafe. That was a really good
I
one.
think Parasite was one, wasn't it? Or was that just one we
I
read?
don't know if we watched it in the Anime Cafe. Maybe we watched it by ourselves.
Yeah, we watched Parasite a few months ago.
I don't remember. We're already at past
Parasite.
plus anime in there.
I
Another
watched
is a,
Parasite.
another was a good horror anime, and
Yeah.
like looking back at it
Well,
now, I
like-
kind of don't like it as much. But
Another kind of like wore out its welcome in my opinion because like they kind of like strung you along with the whole plot and the mystery of the student like for too long in my opinion. Like
yeah,
it became boring at that point.
Going through it, like I kind of dreaded it because I thought I would be scared or like because everyone like considered it a good horror, and I saw a couple of scenes from it. It's like, oh my gosh, that's some gory shit. But like I just remember it like going through it and thinking like, wow, this is interesting. You know, like I just found it like all around interesting. So that's how I feel about it.
hey, at least nobody said Tokyo Ghoul.
Lol.
I was actually gonna mention it, but
Uh-oh.
hold on.
Is everything okay, Shen?
Net cut out for a bit.
We stopped. We realized you dropped, so we stopped talking.
Side note: if anybody ever wants to watch something that we used to have on the site, I still have all the links for that stuff.
Yep,
I
I
mean-
think all the ex-content managers have that, don't they? Like, I saved the link thingamabobber.
I think
Sure.
I locked you guys out of the spreadsheet.
You
Sure,
did,
what was
but I saved it a while ago.
Hooray.
What was the last?
I'm like,
thing
yeah, if you made
guys-
backups of it, that's cool. But just for the sake of if we ever decided to bring the website back, I wanted the spreadsheet to remain intact.
No, understandable.
Shed, what's the last thing you heard for us when you cut out?
It literally cut out just for a few seconds, so I don't think it's a
Okay.
big problem.
No, we're good.
So do we want to go to Ella and she can do hers, and then we can
I already mentioned a few.
Tokyo Ghoul.
I guess I
Thing I mentioned. Nobody had mentioned it. I was saying mentioned it. That's all.
Okay, so I guess I'll go. Basically, like as for horror, like I thought King's Game was probably the worst. I couldn't even finish King's Game because it was actually that. For a horror, for like that shit insane horror, it was actually like really good actually. As far as like just like grossing you out and just kind of like, nope, I can't watch this. Nope, too much to spare. Nope, nope, nope. But like for Halloween, I mean, I also think for a more non-traditional option, I think Blood Plus, because like that was an anime that like had a lot of gore, a lot of good action, and nobody's like dressing up in costumes or anything, but it was still really really good.
You get like classic vampire tropes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I want to say I had another one, but it escapes me right now. So that's all I'll say right now.
I guess I'll go now.
Yeah.
Good choices. I like them. And I agree with you with the King's Game. Hate the anime so much.
I didn't even hate it. It was just like that shit.
No, exactly. Okay, so there's two that come to mind. There's a movie and a show. So first off is Psychopath. I really love that show. I feel like if I'm ever in a spooky mood or in a Halloween mood, I can always turn back to that anime.
That's a good psychological one, yeah.
I
Which
know.
one?
Psychopath.
No, Psychopaths. That's okay. I haven't seen season 3. I know they came out with it, and it's not following Akane
It's
Sugimura
actually
anymore.
the season 3 is really good. Season 2, never watched. Season 1 is amazing.
Yeah,
I watched-
Kamui Kirito sucked.
I hated the movie.
I watched Digibro's like summary of season 2, and I'm like, okay, I know
Season
enough.
2 is just filler.
I've seen everything except for season 3,
Same.
including the movie.
I never seen the movie.
I've never heard of it.
Season 2 of
Well,
Psychopaths. Season 2 of Psychopaths is recycling Shogo Makishima, but with less grace or elegance
Yeah.
or interest.
Yeah.
And then second, I don't know if I can class this, but you know what? It gets me into like a very nice and like Halloween mood. It's Spirited Away.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that movie. I feel like it complements the kind of Halloween and like the emotional like thing about
Yes.
it. I love it.
Yes.
Hayao Miyazaki, God bless that man.
God bless that man for everything he does. And
Tell
Did he die?
Yeah. Princess Mononoke.
no,
even
he's
worse.
still alive. He's making he's making his final movie, I
He
believe.
keeps saying that.
He keeps saying that, but we're kind of
No, but if we talk about anime creators who have died, Kentaro Miura,
Ah, rest in peace.
that one's just fucking heartbreaking.
It is. You really dread situations like that when like a manga artist is working on something for so long, and in this case something which is so incomplete. Like,
Nah, I already have my canon ending in my head. Rickard's slap killed him. It was a slap that shook the world.
it's just unfortunate because I picture stuff like that happening with like the Hunter x Hunter author, and like I really enjoy that manga, and it would like crush me if he died.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I wasn't reading Berserk. I read a little bit of it, but I was kind of in that mindset that he's never going to finish, so why bother starting? And
He was actually dangerously
Same
close to
here.
finishing before he passed. He was
Oh.
making a lot of progress. Yeah, like the last thing was pretty much setting up for their final confrontation.
oh man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the co-writer for it, already went on record and said he's going to try to finish it in honor of Miura. But he emphasized the try.
Yeah, and I heard that the assistant had some groundwork laid out for him, but I mean, regardless, it still won't be.
Yeah, it's one of those passings that's just overall unfortunate for the culture of like the anime world and everything. It's really impactful, even if people refuse to acknowledge it.
Yeah, that's tragic.
yeah.
I didn't know he was actively putting out more stuff like that though. Like
The last chapter here, I'll just DM it to you because I don't know if people want to actually watch it or read it, but I'm gonna DM it.
it's not like Hunter x Hunter where we've been over 1,000 days now without a chapter. 1,000 fucking days. Okay, let's stay on track a bit. Did everybody get to say their favorite anime?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but
season?
for when have we ever stayed on track in it?
Yeah.
I wish sometimes more on track things would happen, but nah, not gonna happen here, buddy.
Oh, fun. Then where's the fun of staying on track?
Actually, pretty well. So I'm gonna jump right to the next subject real quick, and this is more on a personal note. So let's talk about traditions that you used to do when you were a kid versus what you do now during October. And you know, for an example, it's like you're a kid, obviously you would trick or treat and stuff like that. But more so, what do you do now as an adult? I'm gonna let Maxie go first since she's kind of limited on time.
Ray's still one too.
And then Ray can go next, yes.
Alright, so when I was a kid, I dressed up as the usual princess or fairy or whatnot. To which very, very specific thing that my mom would always let me wear. I still have it to this day. And as I got older, I realized it was a lot more fun to hand it out than it was to receive it. Because whenever you're handing it out, you get to keep what's left. So this past Halloween, I actually dressed up, in the colors and all that. And I just said, if I told who I was living with, I said, "Oh, I'm just an extra in a Halloween movie," just to play it off.
The best costume ever.
It is.
I know, it's
like
like
the
the best
background
Halloween.
character that gets killed in 2 seconds.
Nah. I
You see the
actually,
character who's running away from the monster.
I will actually have to put on the shirt that I wore one day and post a Halloween picture again, but I don't have the pants anymore because I ripped them earlier this year. Sad times. And so I don't think I'll be able to do it this year due to where I live now. But I hope one day I can continue it again and pass it out because I love seeing all the costumes people wear. Last year, somebody literally had a giant blue shirt with an M on it and was dressed up as the blue M&M from the commercials.
That's amazing.
It was.
That's for being minimalistic, I guess.
Yeah. They got the point across. I'm done.
Ray, you want to go next?
If I remember correctly, like when I was a kid, I would always like get those like Halloween costumes from like Party City or well when they were still around, Toys R Us, and just go around the neighborhood and get candy from everyone. There was always just like one house right on the corner that the owners were never home, and they always had the sign out that said, "Please take one." And you know damn well we didn't.
we all did.
Like, oh, take one, huh?
Actually,
take a fistful.
Actually, the one time I remember being part of a group of kids and like seeing that, we actually did only take one. Like we had my older sister was just like, okay, go, everyone take one, and we all actually just took one. We watched ourselves.
You really good.
No. I mean, if they were home and actually handing out the candy, like, yeah, we'll take one. But
No. It was they left the bowl out there. There was a sign that was like, "Take one, kids," and then yeah, we just took one.
I used to take the whole bowl.
Same.
But I guess like when I turned into like a teenager, I got invited to like a Halloween party with my brother every now and then, and it was kind of fun. And the street that I was on, like, there was just houses lined up everywhere, and it was on a flat surface. I'm like, oh my god, this is great! Like, we can hit everywhere. And now, well, it got to a certain point where I was the one who was handing out candy. But I mean, if you saw where I lived as a kid, you basically thought, wow, this guy lives on Mount Kilimanjaro, and well, no one wants to walk up a hill to get like a giant hill to walk up to get one piece of candy, because they're just like, oh my god, we have to do that for every house on this street.
Yeah.
The problem with my house was that it would be in this far, like the neighborhood was really big, and our house was in a section that just, like, at least the first year we were there, it just had been, starting to build, so like nobody really knew it existed, and even when you did, like, you had to go out of your way, like depending how far away you lived in the neighborhood, you'd have to go out your way to like actually get to my place, and like it just wasn't really worth it. Like there just wasn't enough like motivation really to go all the way there, unless you were going to Jack in the Box, because there was a Jack in the Box right outside the neighborhood, so that was an incentive. But
I think like the one exception that that could have probably been made for our neighborhood is if there was like this one house at the end of the street that would always, without fail, give you those king-size candy bars. So we're going to that house. I don't care if your legs are killing you. We're going to that house.
my best friend in the first neighborhood I lived in, her mom was always known for that. She's amazing, man. Yeah.
And I remember like a few houses that sold that gave out apples or toothbrush and toothpaste.
Oh.
No.
And I swear to God, there was one house that was giving out Bibles, and I was just like, do you even know who you're giving this to?
There was one time that someone had left their light on, and my little sister and I started going trick or treating early. And he was like, "Oh shoot! Well, I don't have anything, so here, you guys both get $1 or something like that."
I
Yeah,
have to do that.
I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
Make your kids stay, give them money instead of candy.
But I guess
We're getting a Christmas house next year.
I guess nowadays I don't really do much of anything for Halloween because of the fact that around here people don't really do trick or treating, like going door to door, knocking on people's doors with their candy and bags and everything. They do what's called trunk or treating, which I think is sacrilege.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
that? Like driving around or?
It's basically
No.
like everybody parking in in like a lot,
Uh-huh.
opening their trunks
lot
with
or
a
something,
buttload
yeah.
of candy and saying,
Oh,
"Here,
wow.
kids, here's candy."
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
not trick or treating.
That's
That's
sketchy
a
as
lie.
School does that. Yeah, our kid's school does that. I mean,
It's called trunk or treating out here.
that's
Yeah,
what he said.
trunk or treating. Grew up
Okay.
with
I mean,
that.
it's safer. It is safer when you think about it. So.
Yeah, it is, but it's not really so much
It's
fun.
sacrilege, though. It takes it's sacrilege. It takes the effect out of trick or treating.
But
Yeah, you're
nowadays,
not
like,
gonna get kidnapped going into someone's car trunk. Oh, wait.
but I mean, nowadays I don't really do much of anything because of the fact that I live in a sort of college town, and there's not really a whole lot of kids around here. The only kids are the college kids that go around, drinking alcohol and pissing on your doorstep at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you get TV big and all that.
Well,
I
not
thought you
me.
lived on Mount Kilimanjaro or what?
Y'all
No,
didn't
no,
know
that's where I
that
used to live
there's-
as a kid. That's where I used to live as a kid. Now I just live here.
Okay.
I put a link in the main chat because this is what y'all reminded me of.
I'm done, by the way.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'll go next, I guess.
Ignore whatever music they put. I'm not even good.
Growing
By the
up.
way, I think I need to get going too. So
Okay.
All right, take it easy.
sorry, guys. Sorry I couldn't stick around longer, guys. But I'll talk to y'all later. Okay.
No, it's
Thanks
fine.
for coming.
Yeah.
Enjoy your holiday.
Hey,
All right,
Ray, you want to cheese it?
Growing
Oh,
up.
by the way, I also posted something in the podcast chat, so just look.
All right, Shed, go ahead.
Growing up till age 6, Halloween was pretty much normal. Then after age 6, my grandfather passed away, and we had this person go to the front counter. My mother used to always like to hand out candy. And then we had this really rude lady puff smoke in my mother's face and say, "Trick or treat, give me something." And after that, we haven't really handed anything out after then, and Halloween pretty much was depression time. So that's it.
Damn.
All right, so who's all going to donate $5 to buy Shed some candy?
It makes so much more sense now, Shed.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Shed.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not exactly a Halloween fan. Well,
I'm sorry.
who's the next person up?
I
Enough
mean,
of
I guess-
depressing shit.
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
So.
Hey man, at least you still get to experience candy, am I right?
Yep.
Candy.
Ready. Okay, so.
Yeah,
I guess-
you can be a Jehovah's Witness and never trick or treat.
So
Sorry, Angie, if you're listening right now.
Give me a second, 1 minute.
What about my boy Jehovah?
You don't like the candy, dog.
Jehovah's
hate you,
Witness. No man, we don't celebrate birthdays, we don't celebrate holidays, we do none of that. We're
I
Jehovah's
fucking
Witnesses.
hate you, Jaguar. Oh my god.
Personal celebration for you.
We sacrifice these things so we can be closer to Jehovah.
Wow.
That was deep.
Really? Did
make
you
it.
sacrifice? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
from my understanding, they don't even celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, they don't.
Nope.
Yeah, my grandfather was a Jehovah's Witness, and he would get like pissed off because my grandma would still give him birthday gifts and shit. Like, I think it was just to fucking troll him, honestly. Like,
Probably. I'd do the same shit, honestly.
because it would be
I
like,
mean, no, that's
like
good. I
God
mean,
deities.
no,
I don't
I
know,
wouldn't.
I
You
can't-
know, no, Jaggers. I think that's a really good thing you're doing. Honestly.
What? I'm atheist.
Well,
Same.
we know.
I don't believe in God at all.
Never mind. No, I don't know. Believe what you believe, people. 1 minute disclaimer. Believe what you people.
Hannah, are you okay, buddy?
No, I'm really.
Are you confused?
Yes.
Search deep within yourself for guidance. You'll find it.
I want to fucking hit you. Shut up.
Please
Ask Jehovah what he would do.
Please, can I hit you? When am I? Okay, so
wait. Isn't
back
it sports turn to talk
back
about?
back on track with Halloween.
Isn't it sports turn to talk about this and Ella's?
No, I want to hear Helena's.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, were you guys gonna go? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to hear.
You're in the hot seat now.
Oh fuck. I guess like for me, Halloween, like I used to like costumes like in schools and stuff like that. Goddess, princess, flapper, whatever you wanted to be. With Patra, I dressed up as 1 year. Yeah, not my finest one. We used to do like around the field, just walking around. I mean, it was kind of fun when I was a kid, but now looking at it, it's weird. Is my mic screwed? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Miyoko, can you mute yourself for a minute? I think that's why my mic is so staticky. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
You just
Okay,
muted.
let me
Thought it was me there for a second.
I thought that was me for a minute. All right.
I thought it might have been my end because my internet's shit.
No, I think it was Nyako. She muted herself and then.
No, it was. All right, let me restart. Okay, so what like so I used to do like parades when I was a kid and stuff like that, and it was like I mean it was like school things, like I dressed up as goddesses, princesses, Cleopatra, not my finest one ever. And I mean, it was okay when I was a kid, but now I'm like looking back at it, it's kind of depressing for me because you know what? Like when I was like in middle school, I got right to my first Halloween party. It was nice, but like these like people did like a thing that I can't forgive. So not my best, finest moment. It's like I do like Halloween sometimes, but sometimes it's just like too like much for me because you know what? It
Not
just
your fault.
it's just like I don't know. I feel really depressed sometimes every time I'm like on Halloween because Halloween for middle school for me it was the worst experience of my life because I already told like my middle school story. It was just sucked my life out. That's why I'm not a big fan of holidays anymore because yeah, I know it's like one incident, but middle school fucked me up, dude. I'm not lying. Middle school fucked me up on everything. Like I am so not okay sometimes because of that experience, and it was not fun.
It's not your fault.
It's like it's so hard to like it's just like you know that's why like nowadays like I kind of just spend Halloween alone in my room, like kind of like crying a bit because it's just like very. But on the plus side, I get to buy candy, so that makes me happy.
Candy is great.
But yeah, I guess like Halloween for me is not also like kind of my favorite holiday. It's like kind of like a sad point in my life in October because you know what? It's like getting near like where everything just turned to me. So yeah, it's it's hard, but you know what? I persevered every day, and what it's you know what it is what it is in the past. But you know what? I get to at least get on discount Halloween, and I get to gorge myself through it while watching Spirit Away.
Discount Halloween candy is the best.
Agreed.
We don't
Yeah,
even have to buy it. Our kids literally fucking haul like over 20 pounds of candy a fucking year, and like they can't eat it fast enough. Like, I mean, we don't let them like they'll like get down on the candy like the first night, but like after that, we kind of limit them to how much they can have.
And then
And
that's
literally like a small fucking box in my closet right now with fucking Halloween candy from last year.
it's just
You're joking.
That if I have to, I'm gonna give out to trick or treaters this year.
that's actually what my mom used to do whenever we were younger. We would sit there and trade the candy that we didn't like with each other for
Yes.
candy that we did, and then we would eat our fill, and then we dump it in a big red bowl and put it up in the cabinet. And we could have some if we were good, or if we were sneaky enough to climb on the counter.
Oh, I want to add something. I remember, like, very specifically, this is actually a little brain up, but like every time I like try to go to like houses, and each year I remember the house. Oh, this is the bitch who, this is the Karen who literally got oranges and toothbrushes and floss. So never going to that house again.
I remember the good old days when I used to do Halloween where I'd smoke weed in the back of somebody's shed.
Funny.
You know what? I remember those houses, so I'm like, let's never go back there again. So I don't understand why these moms or these Karens, I'm gonna call them Karens, but like they're just like, bring out these apple slices. I'm like, let these kids have fucking sugar.
Dude, that is sugar. That's healthier sugar than candy. What do you want about?
Oh,
Kids.
I like sugar. I mean, I'm not saying like, yeah, don't teach your kids
Natural
like.
sugars are better than chocolate sugars.
I love.
Yeah, we don't need to hear your anti-diabetes propaganda.
No, I mean, I will say yes to the apple.
Bro, I hand out Happy
Your
Meals
kids,
for
like,
Halloween. What do you
get like
expect?
any kind of fruits or something.
I will say yes to the apples as long as you give them caramel with it.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yes. No razor blades in my apples, buddy.
Or you know what?
I would be okay with caramel apples too.
If we
But
run
I
out
would
of
be okay with anything covered in chocolate. Like, if
if
there's
we
like
run out
an
of
orange.
candy for trick or treaters, I'm just gonna give somebody my PlayStation 5.
No.
No.
Speaking of apples,
But
what does a candied apple taste like?
I
You've
mean,
never had one?
No,
Diabetes.
because every
Tastes
time I
like
look at them,
diabetes, it's delicious.
I've always
Diabetes.
I've
That's
always
it.
looked
We're
at 'em.
going over to your place and we're making you eat candied apples.
No,
In
the reason
They're all
In
delicious.
this podcast, we talk about diabetes. There on.
No.
Bro, so right, this
Diabetes.
is the thing about candied
Diabetes.
apples. Right? Hear me out. This is the thing about candied apples, right? It's the sugar from the apple. On top of that, it's usually like a gummy layer, which is even more sugar. And then they usually do like shredded coconut, but you can really do what you want on that end. And then that's more sugar because that's sweetened. It's just sugar, more sugar, and sugar, and it's delicious. It's wonderful.
It's like the only reason I hadn't eaten one was because I'd look at them and I'd see that thick outside and I think of Jolly Ranchers, and you try to bite down on a Jolly Rancher and it just
Yeah.
sticks
That
to
is
your
what
teeth,
it is.
and you want to pry it off.
It is a
You feel
little
like you're
sticky,
gonna
yeah.
rip your tooth out whenever you do it.
You
So I'm
know
just like,
what's even better than candied apples? Chocolate
You
apples.
You eat a candied apple,
Chocolate and
Yeah.
apple don't mix for me.
They do. They
Wait.
mix real well.
Can
Remember,
I?
there's no rule that says you can't eat a candied apple when people say an apple a day keeps a doctor away.
Yeah.
Technically, you're not wrong.
Um.
Oh wait, I have a question for Ellen Swore. Has your kids ever gotten like fruits or anything?
No.
No.
You're wow, lucky.
I was.
I think Yap is trying to say something.
Sorry.
Well, one, like, since we're still kind of talking, I was gonna say, like, I would laugh if Ellen Spore did that Jimmy Kimmel thing the day after Halloween, where it's like,
Oh my
guys,
god, yes.
I ate your candy.
Tell your
I
kids
ate
to eat
your-
all their Halloween candy.
Yes, please do that.
We'd probably get an eye roll from our 14-year-old. Or I think we did try that one year, and they weren't really. They were like, "It's okay."
That's so sweet.
I remember back in the day, fucking bringing a pillowcase up my road, just filling that, and then eating it in one night.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
My parents wouldn't let me do that. No.
Has anyone
Yeah,
seen
I
that
instruct
meme
my
where
kids
it's
to use pillowcases when they trick or treat.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen that meme where it's like, if you don't have enough room, you just stick it in your pants?
No.
Yep.
No, the melted chocolate. No.
Good pillowcase.
My mom would just hold it or something, like, you know, that just wouldn't be a thing. But I hadn't gone yet. For Halloween for me, like as a kid, you know, I had the typical like dressing up. Like I didn't like it. I've never liked dressing up or cosplaying or anything like that because like to me, like I don't know, the costumes would smell weird or like I just to me like it just was weird to like dress up in something that wasn't like shirt and pants or something similar. And I don't know, like it was just too much work and stuff like that. And like but like one Halloween when I was very small, I was very obsessed with the idea of like having a doggo or just like dogs in general. So I kind of vaguely remember this, and my mom definitely confirms this by like telling people about it. But um, I went around like every house we were at. Instead of saying trick or treat, I would be like, "Do you have a dog?" And there was this one guy who had a dog right next to him, and I was still like, "Do you have a dog?" Nyako, it's right there. It's a freaking dog. And I was like, now I really wish I could still get like random candy. It's not the same to just buy your own candy because there's no surprise in that. Halloween is like that candy aspect is like Christmas with candy. It's supposed to be surprising and all candy, and it's not the same. Yeah. I don't like parties either because I just don't like the spooky aspect of Halloween. I don't care for it, and also it can gross me out.
Oh, this is the meme I'm talking about. Look in the podcast chat. It's candy pants.
Heresy.
Wait, what?
Candy pants. Look in the podcast chat.
All right, Spore and Ella, you go, and then I'll go.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know, my Halloween experience as a kid was pretty typical. I mean, trick or treating, and then eventually trick or treating with friends, and then eventually vandalism, and then eventually Halloween parties, which included in vandalism. So I mean,
Wait,
all circles
describe the vandalism.
Wait, what vandalism?
We don't talk about vandalism on this podcast.
TPing and egging people's houses.
Well, no. Well, yeah, that, but like destroying stuff on their property, like smashing their mailbox.
Are you outside of the statutes of limitations, sir?
Yeah, I hope so. That was that was like 15 years ago.
The question with the mailbox is,
I'm
were you
getting
in the
old.
back of a truck with a baseball
Like
bat?
throwing toilet
Yeah, you
paper
can-
at their houses or egging.
Yeah, like in what's
We
that
can
movie?
talk about this now. You're outside of the statutes of limitations.
Okay, like, but nowadays I'm kind of like overly obsessed with the holiday. I would say. I don't know.
Yep.
It really is
the
an
la-
understatement.
The last, well, ask
Well,
Ella.
you
Like,
also have like 6 kids, my guy.
it'll be like February, and it'll be like, guess how many days till Halloween?
Seriously, the day after Halloween, there's 363 days till Halloween.
64 more days till Halloween. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That
that's
always
it.
happens.
It's that meme that Sport always uses.
Yeah.
They can tell
My God.
Halloween.
And
6
I think there may be something behind that. It's life sucks, and when you look forward to like simple things like a holiday, like it just makes life more enjoyable. Like through the daily grind of work and bullshit society and everything going on in the country, like especially with COVID and shit, it's nice to like refocus your mind on something like enjoyable. So it's not necessarily COVID. That's just one of the examples, lately. But I've always kind of been like this as an adult with Halloween. It's just an excuse to focus on shit that was more happier or something. I mean, again, listening to this podcast or listening to you guys during this podcast, not everybody had an enjoyable Halloween experience, but I did, and I think focusing on it as an adult is my way to escape reality and kind of revisit simpler times and live vicariously through my children, in that regards too, because like I don't know how my kids are gonna feel when they're adults. They may hate Halloween because I fucking pushed it too hard on them, but as it stands right now, they love it. Like I focus all that attention on them now. Like now that I have kids, it's like it doesn't seem so silly obsessing over Halloween now as an adult because I have kids, so it's like, okay, yeah, I can just say it's for them and stuff. But
And our kids
really,
actually
it's
You
for
know
me.
what? That's
thing. I bought this thing that sits in the living room, and it's literally a countdown until Halloween, and I change that shit like every day. And my daughter changed it the other day, and I was like, "Be nice about it." I was like, "Hey, if you want to change it, just let me know, and I'll let you change it." But like, I was like, I bought that for me. I'm obsessed with the holiday. Like, it's cool that you want to participate too, but
No, that's the one thing I hate that everyone misjudges it. Why can't adults love Halloween? That's all I'm saying. I hate that. Why parents mistreat other parents that, oh no, kids are only supposed to like Halloween. We adults can't enjoy it. That's what I hate about it. And I'm happy for you're loving Halloween because fucking live it the rest of your life, dude.
Yeah. Enjoy
That's
life because it doesn't last as long as you think it does.
Yeah,
That
why
actually
can't
happened one
adults
year
love
for me.
Halloween?
I
That's
just
the
hate
one.
the last 4 months of every year. There's nothing that's going to change that, and I'm not going to get into that for the podcast.
No. I'm just saying.
Honestly, I'm the same, but same. We all have reasons.
Personally, I think as an adult, like some of us have had like some traumatic events, but like as an adult, you can make holidays your own. You can change that aspect, like make it for yourself. Do something for yourself for a change instead of
I look forward to Halloween. It's the only holiday that's actually like good at the end of the year, aside from Thanksgiving. I just like eating, so Thanksgiving's the best.
Who doesn't love eating?
Those are the two holidays I love. However, Christmas and August, I just hate those months.
For me, like Christmas used to be like a time I dreaded, like horror. It was constant fighting and arguing and everything with family. And now that now that me and Spore are together, like we do our own thing for Christmas, and I actually really enjoy it. Like we have our own set ways. We made it ourselves.
I'm in that mindset of fuck my family. Like not my immediate family, not my wife and kids, but like my parents and like grandparents and cousins, and they're always on their own drama bullshit, and it's nice to like take a holiday and make it yours and not have to live like what it used to be about. Like I like for instance, like my Christmas is lots of family fighting, blah blah blah, but as an adult I can change that. I have the power to like make it different with my family going forward. It doesn't have to be continue. Unfortunately, it's always going to be a bad memory, but it doesn't have to be like that for your kids. Or
You know what's where I honestly admire you. Like it's like such an amazing because you're like one of the people I do honestly look up to because you're a fun loving adult and also you too. I love fucking Ella and Spore are like literally I look up to you because I kind of want to be like when I have kids one day I want to like kind of like just like be a fun-loving parent who just wants their kids to just succeed in life. And I know you guys want that too. And so thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I definitely since I like have both of y'all on Facebook, like I see kind of how things look, and like you talked about your families, your family, and like like when we're talking in voice chat, and it's like you have your problems, like it's hectic, but like it's also a lot nicer than my family kind of ever felt like. And like earlier this year, this might get kind of dark and feel free to cut it out if you want to, but like I had to cut my whole family off because like it was just like a lot of depression and way too bad for my mental health, and just so much bullshit like in the past and present, and I cut them out. And I can't tell if I'm looking forward to Christmas this year or not, because like I'm just gonna be spending Thanksgiving, Christmas, possibly alone. Like
You'll have us.
You'll have us.
I mean,
Max, you can call me during Christmas. Don't worry.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
You can call me during Christmas, Max, or anyone. Anyone can call me during Christmas.
I happen to have a really good bond with both Ella and Spore because of our history, especially around Christmas. So.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Also, call me anytime. Don't worry. I'm here for you. I'm here for anyone who needs emotional support.
Thanks.
All right, Ella, your turn. What did you do for Halloween?
Well,
Really great turn on.
I'm trying to get
when I
everything
was
back on
younger,
track.
Taskmaster.
my
What
parents
did you say?
when I was younger, my parents used to take me and my brother out trick or treating every year. But then my parents divorced, so my dad was a single dad and really didn't have much time to take us out trick or treating, so I kind of missed a few years. But then when I was about 13 or 14, I started going with some friends that I knew in the neighborhood. My dad was comfortable with me going around. We lived in a trailer court, and so he was comfortable with me going around because I started knowing a lot of people for doing, because I used to do things like fruit sales and candy sales and stuff like that for school fundraising, and I would sell a ton of money of stuff right just in my little area alone. And so right around Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, wrong holiday, oh my god.
Halloweener.
Right around Halloween, a couple of my friends were talking about going trick or treating, so we all dressed up and kind of. I was actually, I remember one year I was dating some guy, and we went trick or treating together, but I kind of got I think they went and did their own thing, and I ended up making a second round in the trailer court because at this point everybody was done. So I went through and made a second round and collected whatever candy was left. As an adult, now, was it in 2010, I took my two boys trick-or-treating, and I did a lot of walking that day. I was also 9 months pregnant, so we had our oh my god, I'm getting stuff mixed up. We had our Halloween trick-or-treating 3 days prior to Halloween. That's how it was in Pennsylvania. Like, it's not always a day of Halloween. Like, sometimes they'll do it early.
Yep.
Early.
When I was up there, they trick or treated on October 29th. It was fucking blasphemy.
So, so literally, we went trick or treating on October 29th, and October 30th, I was in the hospital having my daughter. So she is a Hallows Eve baby.
Oh,
So we don't just celebrate Halloween, we also celebrate a birthday around Halloween time. So we usually get like a little cake, a nice little Halloween type cake or cupcakes, and do like a little birthday thing, and then like the next day we go trick or treating.
Yeah, I'll be like 200 days till Halloween. She'll be like 199 till my birthday.
Hell yeah.
So
You
yeah,
know what? That's like the best part. You get candy and presents on your Halloween's birthday.
Yeah, she always wants like a Halloween party.
I'm sorry, but knowing that one of your kids is a Halloween Eve kid, I can just picture you banging your hand on the table like, why couldn't you have waited one more day?
Oh my god.
Bro, this is gonna be fucking great because this image right here, it's not me, but it's fucking beautiful because there's a story as to why I'm even posting.
What the fuck is that? I love it, but what?
No. Oh no. Oh no.
What the fuck is that?
Where is the picture?
Where's the first off, I
Let
love
me know
it,
what I
but
can
where the
post.
hell did you take this?
That's not me. That's nobody I know. It's a common meme on the internet.
Oh,
gosh.
Yaka, can you not see the podcast chat?
Oh no, I found it. I was looking in main chat and I was
That's
like, oh,
from a high school,
Okay.
I think.
I'm
Either
just-
high school or elementary.
I'm just waiting for my turn to go so I can explain why I love that picture.
okay.
I'm almost done. But yeah, so when me and Spore got together, I would decorate a little for Halloween, and I think the first year he came down, he was like super obsessed, and we went down to our Dollar General, and literally bought out like a lot of the Halloween decor, and we went like haywire, like completely inside and outside decorated.
About hay bales and like all types of shit.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having Halloween in Pennsylvania is you can buy hay
Yep.
bales and then like corn stalks.
Fucking yes. So dope.
And we like went all out. He got this big huge skeleton, or what was it, a scarecrow, and we put it out front, and then we had all the kids like dressed up. I painted my daughter's face. We actually I think that year we had dressed up like a good 3 or 4 times because we went to what? Like we had the Halloween party at the VFW. Then there was trick or treating in one little town, and then like
trunk or treating,
and then trunk or treating, and then there was like another trick or treating episode like a little ways up the road from us, and then you have like the fall festival, like all that stuff. So we went like haywire that year. Now we decorate. We go extreme on Halloween. Last year we didn't because of the COVID, but this year we've got some blow up dolls that were like the little I got a
Oh,
that's a
we're gonna go there.
What
Okay.
fucking blasphemy?
I gotta blow up one of those little, I don't know what they're called, but I
What
have
the
a
fuck
baby
is that
Yoda.
blasphemy
You know,
you're
it's
talking
those
about?
like inflatable
Yeah, there it is.
Halloween decorations
Oh,
that go in the yard.
Lawn balloons.
There you
Oh,
go. Those, you see them all blown up at Walmart and shit like that all the time. Yeah.
Hey,
Baby
what,
Yoda one that's got like
what is
Yeah,
this
but
blasphemy you're
dolls.
talking about? What the fuck is trunk or treating, and why does
Or
it
has
sound
latex,
blasphemous?
bitch.
Trunk or treating is basically somebody sets up a little game in their trunk, and then you
Why-
could get candy from that.
Why does that sound
it's
blasphemous?
just
Because
people
it
decorating
is.
their cars. People make like these billboards, they decorate their cars or slightly out of their cars, and then you walk up and you trick or treat. It's like the school's way of providing safe areas for kids to trick or treat for those that
Side
don't
note.
want to be out knocking on
Actually,
people's
a
doors.
nice idea.
A crazy maniac fucking woman who dresses as Miss Claus every fucking year for trunk or treat and then like decorates her car like Christmas, and I'm like, don't go to her, kids. You look the other way.
No,
No, no.
there is one house in particular that we hit up every year, and we absolutely love them because, you know, trick or treating is a little chaotic, especially when you got 5 kids because they're all over the freaking place. So there's this one couple that we hit up every year, same neighborhood, that
Always
has a bonfire outside, and they
Yes.
hand out bottles of wine, like the little mini bottles of wine, and they hand out beer, and they're like, "Enjoy yourself. We know what it's like being parents," and we're like, "Hell yeah!"
My God, that sounds
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
We still haven't found anybody that hands out edibles yet, but we're working on that.
The fucking news.
We're working on that.
Every year, the news
Come
told
to-
me I could
come to
find some
New York.
marijuana edibles in my kids' Halloween candy, but every year I look and they're not there.
Come to New York, man. You might find some things there.
Hey, whoa,
Just
don't
make
go to
it.
New
Just
York.
make an anonymous billboard saying, "Hey, can
Why would you-
somebody do this?" A wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I
Don't
don't
go to
know
New York,
why
go to
they're so
Boston.
concerned
New York
about
sucks, go to
edibles
Boston.
in the candy. No one's gonna get their edibles away.
Nope. No one's gonna spend their $30+ on edibles to.
No, but honestly, Shed, a lot of people in Pennsylvania do believe that. I got into a huge argument with my friend like 2 years ago because she swore up and down somebody's gonna give their kid candy or edible candies, and she's like, "If they do, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them." And I'm like, "You do realize edibles are super expensive, and nobody's gonna give your
Yeah, no one's gonna spend $30 a pop except if they're a billionaire
Right.
wanting your
Pieces
kids
of
high as
candy,
fuck.
like-
Those are the
Right.
same people that think there's gonna be razor blades and Snickers.
You know what? I'm gonna go to fucking where Spore and Ella live, and I'm gonna give all 5 of their kids edibles, and I'm gonna be like, "This is to mommy and daddy. Don't you dare eat it."
They would.
No, who said something about the razor blade thing? Because it just reminds me of so many memes where they'll open up a candy bar and it's like, "Look what I just found," and there's like a whole hammer or something in the candy bar. It's like,
Or like a floss or anything, or like a tooth, yeah.
Bro, if somebody put a hammer in a candy bar, God bless, I'd be happy. I'd be like, "Oh, thank God I actually needed this.
Yeah,
I
there's
have to buy it now."
one sauce like sandwich in between a cut Snickers.
We do have a lot of places out here that give out whole bars of candy.
ooh.
Yeah, and we've had a couple of people that are like, "Take as much as you it all gone by the end of the night." And we've got like 10 bags of candy, so our kids are like packed. That's why we end up with like 20 pounds of candy every
We weigh that shit every year.
Yeah.
I want to be that person one day that hands out full-size candy bars.
Yeah, we hit up the rich, we call them the rich neighborhoods, and they hand out like whole candy bars. I think,
I want to be that kid too.
handing out something else.
I'm a big
Neighborhood
kid.
on you. There's a dentist and that motherfucker gives out like toothbrushes and shit.
Yeah.
I hate
let
that
me know when
person.
it's
No
my turn.
offense. Why do you hand out toothbrushes? Just let the kids have sugar.
All right, quick question. Have any of you ever received the little McDonald's coupon booklets for trick or
Yes,
treating?
I have.
Not for trick or
No,
treating. No.
I have
Oh,
not.
I have. Well, in
Oh
small
my
neighborhoods,
God.
they did that.
That's the one thing I liked. I just wish. Come on, give me the
Should I
coupon
go
book.
yet?
Give me the coupon book. Yes, I got the coupon book.
Bro, just
I
give me a
so love
big
it.
just give me a big McDonald's meal at the time that they're doing the stupid Monopoly thing with like a burger, fries, and Coke that all
Oh,
have.
the Monopoly thing. Yeah, I remember that.
Are you done with your?
Yeah, I'm done. So Jargus can go, or
I
Goblin
didn't know
can
if it
go.
was my turn to go. That's why I was asking.
Sorry.
Before I start, any of you guys want to go to Prague to just go see the statue?
Wait, can you say it again? You cut out.
Any of you guys want to go to Prague to see the statue?
Oh my God. I honestly.
Unfortunately, I have nothing witty to say about it.
It's just a monkey hanging out with his balls, his King Kong-sized balls, bro.
Rocking out with his cock out.
You gotta warn me whenever you guys said stuff like that. I laugh way too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just saw the picture. What the fuck?
Out with your laying out.
Anyway,
That's a big one.
Anyway, when I was growing up, I was a big fan of the movie Scream in particular, and I'm also fat, so I think you can understand where this is leading to as to what I would be every fucking year. Now, that picture, I don't think it's me, but it could have been me because I owned those Jordans and I always used to dress like that.
I think when you posted it, all of us were secretly like, "Fuck, is that him?"
Even I
Everyone
was
was like, what the fuck was that?
dude, when I saw that picture, I was like, "Fuck, is that me?"
Who the fuck? That's funny. You don't only say this joke, but you're really paranoid that way.
Like, is that me?
But yeah, I was Ghostface for like almost every
Wait,
Halloween for a very long
what the
time.
fuck is that?
At phase 2 when I was a teenager.
Gorilla. I walked out of the room for a bit, but I wanted to know what the fuck is that purple gorilla?
Oh, dude, that's a statue of a monkey that was just kind of hanging out with his balls hanging out.
Rock out with your cock out.
Wait,
Yeah,
is it
That's an
purple or
actual-
blue?
The monkey's actually a normal monkey, but somebody made a statue of this. And Prague, you know, the country out in some place in Europe, they have that as a statue somewhere there. So you can go visit this. You can
What
go
is
play
the
with those-
statue in
You can see
question?
golden monkey testicles.
Hey, you
By
can
the
go
way,
play
did
with some
any-
golden monkey testicles.
Did anyone see my Max bitch face?
Well, that brings another word to the saying monkey balls.
Oh yeah, you should probably slide a picture of these in the podcast when we're talking about it.
You know I'm too fucking lazy to do that.
Yeah, I know, but people aren't gonna have any context. And it'll be funnier if we post these pictures in the main chat, right? And then like when this podcast comes out, people are like, "Is that what they were randomly posting these pictures of?"
Yes.
Just post pictures from the chat and give no context. Act like they
Like,
never
yeah.
happened.
We can just
Alright.
probably maybe do like a podcast thread, and it's like podcast materials in case you're wondering.
Yes, let's
Monkey
do
balls.
that.
Put the monkey balls in the main chat
Just
just
like,
so you guys
what
know.
are you guys talking about? And then it's just like the Max bitch resting face and the monkey with blue balls.
So anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So every Halloween I'd go for pretty much Ghostface for a majority of it until I got into the Insane Clown Posse, and then I would paint my face like one of them. And you know, I just get candies. I'd bring a pillowcase. I'd walk up and down my neighborhood, and then I'd go to the neighboring neighborhood, and we'd keep going until our legs were too sore, and we'd just have like an entire sack of candy, and we'd have to haul it like the Humpback of Notre Dame.
Hey, so you're hauling your big sack.
Yeah, I was hauling my sack everywhere. It was an arduous task. It's a Pisian, some would say. So then around probably teenage years, where eventually I lost interest in walking up and down the street for candy. I would just stay home and play video games most of the time, or I'd stop by my neighbors, talk to them for a bit, and just chill.
What the fuck is that?
I think Nayako, are you singing?
Sorry.
And then I got a
It's fine.
job.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying. I think that was Nayako singing beautifully.
And then I started getting jobs. Unfortunately, like the worst part about being old. For any young viewers, just don't get old, man. Just stay young.
Yeah,
Honestly.
don't get
Yes.
old. Age
You
is
like
a
being,
pain in the
It
ass.
sucks, kids. It sucks.
Enjoy your kid years while you can.
Put in that video for Halloween, like at the
Please
beginning of the year, like I do.
Just don't get old, man. You're gonna get old, and you're gonna get bitter, and you're gonna get decrepit, and you're gonna hate life. If you're an
Kids,
adult,
I'm
then-
warning you. I'm warning you this. Please.
Bro, you're a kid yourself. You're 19.
Well, I'm already. Okay. First
Yeah,
off,
compared to me, you're a kid. I'm 23, and I think I'm
Every-
maybe the second youngest here.
You're a kid too, shit.
I'm
24.
27.
I'm actually a
Also a
spoopy
kid.
baby. Yay.
Anybody younger than me is a kid.
Fuck off, anybody younger than me. Yeah, all younger than
Pretty much.
Well, you're
but
you need to go to jail for banging children.
Yeah, you
Okay,
do.
Daddy Spore.
Oh man, now we're calling him Daddy.
There's a
Sport.
certain ring
now
to
we're
that.
calling him Daddy Spore.
There's a
Yeah,
certain ring to that.
Then
No,
I started-
it's
then-
too long.
Then I started working.
That's what she
and
said.
Then I
Oh,
started
fuck.
working.
Oh, we're really going there now.
Then when I started working and my job would start allowing people to dress up, I started dressing as Leatherface. Because why not, you know? But
Jagger,
Wait,
yes,
guys.
you would make a
Leatherface, man.
perfect
I'm big
Leatherface.
enough. I'm big enough to be Leatherface. You know, I got the right body size. I have the apron. I'm fat. I'm tall-ish. I'm tall enough. And yeah, I just dress as Ghost. I mean, not Ghost, as Leatherface now. And before that, it was just me drinking by myself every Halloween. Thumbs up.
Wait,
Yeah, I
guys,
second
guys.
that.
We forgot the most important thing of the podcast. Someone has to say Nico Nico Ni.
No,
That's
no,
me. That's me.
Do not. If you do it, I'm quitting out of this podcast right now.
Nico, Nico, Ni.
Break your fucking.
I'm a wet.
Nico, Nico, what?
Oh no, but talking about all this Halloween stuff, it reminded me of a memory that I probably shouldn't share due to the fact that it is such a crummy one to me. It was my town used to have a haunted house at
I
a
shouldn't
place.
share this, but I'm going to.
Yeah, called the Elks Lodge.
Oh,
and it was
yep.
it was probably my last year really dressing up, so I didn't really go all out as most people would. And I didn't really like haunted houses all that much, but I was made to go because they bought a ticket and they're like, "You have to go now." I'm like, ugh. So we get in there, everything's fine, and then we get to a very specific section. I was told that my scream was loud enough to be heard over everything in there and to the other side of the building outside.
Nice.
And to the point where they had to have 5 of the workers who were there stand around me and say, don't scare, as they're taking me out of the place. I ended up staying outside of the room hyperventilating because I was on the floor when I screamed.
Oh, that happens to me every time I go into a haunted house or
That's,
like a.
that's equally sad and hilarious. I'm sorry.
It was more hilarious because I'm usually not scared of that kind of stuff. Sometimes that year it was just like it hit hard. It was just like boom.
Can I share a related story?
Yeah.
So when I had like the so-called quote-unquote friends, and we went to a corn maze, they kind of like forced me to do it because, well, I'm not a very spooky person. Like I don't like a lot of scary things, but so we went there. I was like, oh, this isn't bad. Then the people start coming out with chainsaws and then running, then come chasing you. That's where I started to cry. I was crying. I was hyperventilating. I'm like, get me out of this fucking maze. I hate it. I don't like it. I want to go home. And I was crying at that point. My friend threw up in that maze. Yeah, it was not a good time. I got dizzy. I almost passed out. I almost fainted. Yeah, not a good time for me. You know what? I think it's hilarious at the same because you know what? I'm never doing cornmaze again. So if anyone forces me, just shut up. I'm not doing it.
I don't know why, but I just had the most beautiful picture of you running through the corn maze areas where you're not supposed to go, just screaming, "Get me out of here!"
I probably did. Actually, I did that. I
And
actually
then,
went through a wrong area, and the guy just starts screaming at me. I'm like, ah!
it's just like just an unplanned jump scare, just a kid screaming, "Get me out!"
I'm like, get me out of here! And
Some
the
kind
guy
of
was like, no, the guy's just like, can I help you? And I started screaming like, ah!
just some kind of Children of the Corn stuff.
Like, get me the fuck out of here! Don't kill me! Please.
Call my kids the children of the corn all the time.
I watched it
Remember,
once and I was confused out of my mind.
Or should tell the story of Kook Boy.
Kukoi.
Yeah, he's
Wait, what's that?
That's the Spanish boogeyman.
Oh my god.
So we used to have this Halloween decoration that I would hide it in the house. The kids were like utterly fucking terrified of, right? So I would just hide this shit in random spots in the house during like the whole month. And then one time I put it in my daughter's bedroom and shit, and she woke up and saw it and like freaked the fuck out, right?
Aww.
I would definitely be your daughter in that case because am like very squirmish. This is why I don't like Halloween that much because like I just get easily disgusted and creeped out and
See,
I wish I had a picture of the thing, but it was like really creepy. It was one of those things that you would hang from the ceiling, and you see them a lot in like the dollar stores. They're either like witches or demons.
yeah.
Zombies, but this one was like very, very old. It looked like it was from like the 70s or something like that.
we
Like,
bought it at a thrift store.
yeah, we bought it at the thrift store. I was convinced the thing was haunted, but I brought it in the house anyway.
So you bought it and so wait, you were like, it's haunted. I'm gonna buy it so I can show my family how haunted this is.
It's me, your boy.
So essentially you have an elf on the shelf for Halloween.
Yes.
I have a question.
That's amazing. Like, you know what? I feel like I would not like that doll because I just feel like it would be Toy Story just coming creeping up on me and just say, howdy. I'm like, it's Toy Story.
Spore, I have a question.
Yes.
Are your kids into Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes, they talk about it all the time. They're always like FNAF, and I'm like, ugh.
They listen to the music. I don't know what they
Have you actually looked into the story of FNAF? Because it's actually not terrible.
It's not. Yeah, I've checked it
No,
out.
it's
Like
not.
they became obsessed, and anytime your kid becomes obsessed with some shit, you want to like look into it.
And it's
Yeah.
like I gotta be in the now with the kids.
It seems innocent enough, but you have to be able to like understand what the hell they're talking about. You don't want your kids to be into something that you're not aware of, and then I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think that was anything bad, but they could potentially be like into something that's not appropriate for them.
Yeah, they're never gonna actually get into the story since it's all told through mini games, which is good. But when they're old enough, you'll know the story, and they'll eventually be like, "I wonder what the story of that game was when I was a kid."
Yeah, they
But
listen to a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's songs that have come out. And our 5-year-old, that's all he pretty much ever listens to, aside from like random music videos that have been
If you look at our
voiced for
if
Minecraft.
you look at our Alexa history, it's all like
It's all what? You cut out.
Minecraft songs. Like you go on their like audio history, and then like I made the mistake of linking my Pandora account to the Alexa, and it got taken over by them. And I go on there, and it's just like it's raining tacos station, and like I'm like, what the fuck is all this on my Pandora? Not realizing what I had done.
Oh, I love It's Raining Tacos.
What have I done?
And our random subscriptions, they had my account on one of their they had my YouTube account on one of their phones, and I've got my channel list now consists of like random
Your subscribers and shit. It's like Blippy,
Jelly, Blippy Toys, Joanna official channel, like
oh
kids
my
songs.
god.
Crypto Moon. I don't even know half. Little Noob. I don't even know half of this.
Crypto Moon? What the hell is Crypto Moon?
Yeah, these are just random channels that the kids have subscribed to. That's on my shit now.
Honestly, it's because they're on YouTube on their phones and they're kids, so they just smash that subscribe button, realizing what the fuck they have even
Smash
done.
that subscribe button, everyone, to more podcasts.
Well, welcome to this episode labeled Diabetes, Memories, and FNAF.
FNAF. That's the best title of the
I'm
podcast.
naming this podcast Four Girls, One Pumpkin.
Do your kids play Fortnite too? Is that a thing?
No, they don't Fortnite, no.
Name it Fortnite so we can get views.
No, they don't play Fortnite.
Yeah, they don't play it, but they
they play Roblox.
They do the dance for Fortnite.
As silly as like FNAF is for being an adult, I have to say some of the actual designs for the animatronics are pretty cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of like haunted Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, pretty
It
much.
does remind, you know what? It does, because every time I go to Chuck E. Cheese now, it's like, FNAF!
Yeah, like old school Chuck E. Cheese though, from like when like me and Ella were kids, and it was all animatronics and like very, very spooky.
Wait, it's not animatronics anymore?
Animatronics are so weird.
So, Sport, you ready for your 6 children to ask you to buy them a PS5 so they can play the new FNAF game?
No.
Luckily, I only have 5 children, but
we just got
I told them straight up that I'm not buying a PS5 till next year.
Good luck. That's all I can say on that one.
Like, for one, you can't even fucking get a hold of them, and then like 2, I've always been weird about buying consoles on the year they were released, because I remember like if I recall correctly, there was issues with like PS2 when it came out and PS1 when it came out, and then like all those versions are like
the issues are actually in the second revision of the PS5. Kind of funny.
Weird, but yeah, I typically just tend to wait until the following year. The demand has gone down. The price is still not the same, but the demand has
not gone down. The demand has not gone down. It's not.
To be fair,
and that's why I wait till next year, because hopefully by next year the demand is going to be down. Like,
I was about to say, what's so great about a PS5?
No loading times.
It's actually a very innovative system. That's the first time I would actually say you're better off buying a console over a fucking PC.
I will forever stay with Xbox.
To be fair,
I have a Series X as well.
2 things. One, to be fair, like Nintendo Switch, I know for sure had problems when it first came out, and so they had to make like a second, release, and also like
that's why I waited.
Yeah, but also like I hope, because like I never played Kingdom Hearts, for example, as a kid, but I always really wanted to. Same with like Final Fantasy, because my family was like big into like Mario and like stuff like that, which was great. But like but yeah, like once I making my own money with my own job, like living my own house and whatnot, my own apartment, I wanted to be able to like buy like a PS2 maybe, to play Tales of the Abyss and other like Japanese RPG stuff, and like also maybe a PS5, but I don't know if it's gonna be worth it by that time. It really depends on what games. I don't know any games
The
for the
PS5
PS5.
is only going to increase in value the longer it's out.
Wait, what?
What? The longer the PS5 is out, the more it increases in value. Simply because all of the games, what it seems like for PlayStation this time around, they're starting out slow. We've only had Demon Souls, Returnal, and Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is cross-generation, so I already knocked that off. So we have those 2 big launch titles, Demon Souls and Returnal. And the 9th of this month, so 4 more days, we're going to be seeing their showcase, which we're going to probably see more of the next God of War. We're going to see more of, what is it? Oh, yeah.
Tales of Arise?
Probably going to see well, no, that's not a Sony game, so probably not. This is their first party event. So we're going to see God of War, we're going to see the New Horizon, and then there's a ton of stuff that's in the pipeline that have been rumors that might be coming, like a Metal Gear Solid remake with Bluepoint. People are hoping for some sort of Bloodborne patch or remaster.
I don't care about any of these games.
Then, yeah, that's fine. And then after that, we're also going to be seeing a lot of first-party announcements from places like Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Housemark, just a ton of big industry names. So we don't know what's going to be coming out, but it's already starting to be like this big event, and we're probably going to get something at least really good this the 9th, this event.
Yeah, see, and in my opinion, that's another reason to just wait a year is because you don't have many launch titles like right away.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
In spite of no launch titles, this is like their best launch in years.
Why do you say that?
Demon's Souls is one of the most highly anticipated remakes and has been talked about circa 6 years before it was actually a thing. Bluepoint, they gave it to Bluepoint to remake it. They stayed true to the original game, literally to the point where they used the same code from 2000 and whatever, and they just updated animations and gave the game a facelift. The game is stunningly beautiful, and it plays exactly like it did back in the day. The game is wonderful.
Isn't like Free Radical doing another Time Splitters?
Yes, Team Radical is doing something along those lines. We don't know if it's going to be announced anytime soon, but Team Radical did come out and say they're making something.
They said it's in active development at least, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but Team Radical
That could
says
mean
a lot of
anything.
things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that could mean anything though. That could be like pre-fucking development stages.
Yeah, there's a ton of just games that are in the pipeline right now for Sony, and if Bloodborne 60 FPS comes out, then that's already going to be a huge victory for the Sony fans. Because fuck, even me, if they release a 60 FPS patch, I'm no longer available until God knows when.
That's what Doom Eternal just did. They came out with the
The
shit
60
that
FPS and ray tracing patch.
yeah, the ray tracing, dude. Like the comparison on like how it used to look with and then with ray tracing is insane. Like it's insane.
Doom Eternal is such a fantastic game too.
It is fucking amazing. I love that
You want
game.
to know what's going to be really sad? The likelihood of Doom Eternal being on PlayStation anymore is going to lower the better it does because Xbox now owns all of Bethesda and subsidiaries.
Yep. I was just about to say, yeah, they own it now. So we'll see. I mean, they're smart enough to know to not alienate like a whole like fan base by making it console exclusive.
That is true. However, Starfield, the only Bethesda RPG that is a new IP, is exclusive to Xbox, and they're not letting that go.
That's not a good sign.
So the Elder Scrolls might very well just be Xbox exclusive.
No! Absolutely not. No.
Just buy a gaming PC, dude. Anything that comes to Xbox comes to PC.
Oh, then I'm fine. I have a real nice gaming laptop.
Yeah, you're fine then. It doesn't matter. But that's the big thing.
Wait, shit, you can game on that thing?
I just bought a new one like a month ago.
Oh.
That's the big thing, right? Xbox
I
now
can
owns
game
all
on
Bethesda
my
and its
laptop
subsidiaries.
though. It runs PS4 no problem, though Skyrim has some stuttering issues.
From what I understand, Deathloop and Ghostwire might be timed exclusives now because of that acquisition. So,
is anybody? What?
Sorry,
I gotta go, guys.
All right.
Okay, bye, Nancy.
Bye.
Hi.
This is your boy logging out.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Bye, Maxie.
Has anybody not answered their personal Halloween question? So real quick, where's my fucking phone? I just want to talk about the events that we're gonna do this month, and then we can wrap it up because I think we're past the hour and 30-minute mark.
I think we
definitely are by 8 minutes.
Let's see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is once again we're gonna have the pumpkin carving contest and the costume contest. Not many people participated in the past on the forum, but I'm gonna push it pretty hard on our social media pages. We just crossed like the 20,000 mark with Anime Unlimited on Facebook, and we're at like the 16,000 mark with the Just Anime Network Facebook page. Both of them also have Instagram accounts, which are doing really well. So I'm gonna try to push those events there. Hopefully, we have a lot of people that participate. I'm willing to give away a cash prize or like PayPal somebody some money if they, if we have like enough people who participate. I'm talking about like more than 10 people. So Some years we have like good turnout, some years we have shit turnout. So I guess it just depends. If we get more than 10 people, I'll give out a cash prize, maybe like $20.
I think the last 3 years we've only gotten like maybe 3 or 4 people.
And that's because, and that's kind of my fault because I expected the forum to kind of like turn out a lot of participants where the forum is not doing so great. So I'll refocus that attention on social media and Discord and kind of see what we get. Again, more than 10 people participate for each event. I'll give away a $20 prize for each one.
Go follow.
Yes, Just Anime Network on Facebook and Instagram, and Anime Unlimited on both platforms as well, Facebook and Instagram. We also have a lewd page, Anime Lewds for Thirsty Weebs. Check it out on both platforms as well.
I think those are all tagged at the end of the podcast. We have
So social media, like to touch back on that, I do this 31 Nights of Halloween, and basically what it is, each day I talk about a horror anime or some episodes in an anime that have Halloween related things. It kind of just gives everybody a list of what to watch for the month. The forum, it's gonna get the same, probably the same Halloween theme as last year. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to work on something new. Crazy Potato doesn't really do anything with us anymore. He recently got married, so he's even more busy than before. So it might just recycle the old theme or whatever. Discord, though, we're gonna shift some like of the forum stuff that we used to do over to Discord. We're gonna do that Flaming Pumpkin game. One of Shed's friends came in and kind of developed a way for us to do trick or treating with a bot. We're gonna do that too.
Yeah, if I can figure out how to get it to work.
Yeah, he was very vague. He PM'd me and then sent me some stuff that I can like send you later, Shed. And it was really vague, and then he left the server. So
yeah,
we'll have to talk about
that's him. He's for lack of a better word, he can be a pain in the ass, but he's a real smart kid.
I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to like summarize it here since you guys seem kind of confused about it still, or the trick or treating bot.
It is like, very complex.
Yeah, how I wanted it to work was either like as a daily, you would come onto Discord and once a day you could trick or treat, get some candy. At the end of the month, whoever had the most is, bragging rights. A lot of people participate. I'd again be willing to give a cash prize. The other way that I thought it might be able to work is after X amount of posts, it would randomly pop up candy, and I think that's how your friend ended up setting it up, Shed. Was after like a certain amount of posts, the trick-or-treating opportunity would pop up. If you were in the chat, being active and chatting, then you could claim it. The first person to claim it got the candy. And then again, whoever had the most at the end of the month would win. I kind of like that more because it does encourage more activity. Because the more you talk, the more the candy pops up. So, we're gonna do the anime cafes where we watch anime like every week as a group. We're gonna kind of taking over like I used to with the Midnight Channel and doing horror themed, psychological, suspense, and supernatural. One every week of that month. Also going to try to bring back the Midnight Channel so we can do some movie streaming. And then I got some Halloween merchandise that I'd like to push through our Spreadshirt. And maybe just some random articles on our website. And that's pretty much it. And our website, JustAnimeNetwork, is the new one that we're at. Not .net, but actually .network. That may change. I'm not sure if I like that domain name.
Yeah, just like everything, it's subject to change, and I need to get my house in gear and work on it some more.
Spore, can I do the announcement from next podcast? Ugh, I can't speak today. Hello? Oh,
yeah, I don't know if it's my end or not.
I don't know anymore, honestly. It's weird. Or is it alright if I do what the next podcast is gonna be, or do you want to wait? What happened?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. So before we end, I have some news for next podcast. So me and Spore have been talking about it. So I really want us to do kind of begin taking a tiny bit of a lead. Swore now we're gonna still lead, but I was thinking so we are gonna do Studio Ghibli next podcast. And I want us to like see what we could do, like what's your favorite movie and the end of like what's like kind of like not your worst, but like what is kind of like your most memorable and what's like kind of like your least memorable. And probably at like the middle or end of the podcast, we could go over the movies of like us ranking the movies of top to bottom or bottom to top, whatever we want to do. So yeah, I feel like that's gonna be our next podcast.
Sounds great.
So yeah, I already have it set down, and if anyone wants to do homework, because there's a lot of movies, and I counted all of them. There is about 25 Miyazaki movies about, and the one movie I am not including is The Mary of the Witch because Miyazaki never really kind of like directed it. He kind of just gave his thoughts. But the 3 movies I am including are The Red Turtle. It's the first ever Studio Ghibli movie, but it wasn't really like foreign. That's how Studio Ghibli got its name. And it was called the first movie of The Castle in the Sky. Don't remember her name. And then it's the last movie is Lupin the Third. So yeah, and then the rest like Totoro, The Wind Rises, and Spirit Away. So
Is that
yeah,
like the Castle of Cagliostro or whatever it is for
yes,
Lupin?
yes, that's
I
it.
love that movie. I love Lupin.
Yes,
The,
that's basically. So I feel like it will be a Studio Ghibli month podcast, basically, and I feel like everyone would love that podcast. So it's a good start of it to honor Miyazaki's films too, and we could talk about the new movie too that should be coming out soon. So yeah, that should be our next podcast, everyone. So I hope you all continue to stay tuned to that.
Sounds great, and I'm gonna take that opportunity to actually like revisit some of those movies because for the most part I haven't seen a lot of them in a while, so I need to like refresh my memory.
I'd like to add, there's going to be a new channel in the Discord. It's not what you think. It's Fat Cock Fridays. Just
That sounds exactly like what we would think it is.
Yes.
every Friday we all post a picture of a fat cock. It's not what you think. It's just just enjoy that.
Great way to seg off Miyazaki to that.
So everyone, please bring a picture of the fat.
So everyone.
Oh god, he cut out. Bring a picture of what?
Oh no!
Don't leave us in suspense like that, Shad.
Take a picture of the fat birds.
No, fat cock.
Gotta be a cock.
If anyone, if our viewers want to do comments on what I should do for this.
Yeah, it needs to be a fat.
What the fuck is happening? The audio is just cutting out. Okay.
I think he was saying it needs to be a.
Yeah, he needs
Yeah,
to be
it has to be a fat.
He keeps cutting.
A fat.
Everybody knows it has.
Please subscribe, everyone, to our podcast.
Is that he's not purposely cutting out. He actually is.
It's so utterly delayed. Okay, so I guess that wraps up our October podcast. Like with every podcast, check in the description for links to things that we've been talking about. If Shed comes through, maybe you'll get to see some blue golden monkey testicles.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the shining ball on top of this wonderful turd.
Please
There is
subscribe,
such-
everyone. Please subscribe.
Honestly, that monkey has such big balls.
I know.
Fans need to see it, Shed.
Also comment down, everyone, because I will be reading the comments after the podcast comes up. So if anyone wants to suggest any suggestions, I should say the questions, post them down, and I will read them. So thank you.
I suggest looking at the marvelous monkey balls.
Yes,
Yeah, and don't forget about our fat
Don't forget. Oh my God, he cuts out on the important
End the
parts.
podcast. End the podcast.
Don't forget about our fat.
Remember, do not forget about the.
I hear him clicking off his microphone every
Please,
time.
please end the podcast. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.
Goodbye. This concludes our podcast, and don't forget about the fat cocks.
Have a happy Halloween.